Good morning, dear students. I welcome you for the biology class. Today, in this particular video, we'll be discussing about the plant kingdom, the sub-kingdoms. So, mainly the sub-kingdoms. Anyway, the characteristics of the plant kingdom has been done. So, we'll go with the sub-kingdoms. So, sub-kingdom is cryptogams and phanerogams. So, cryptogams are non-flowering plants and phanerogams are flowering plants. So, under the cryptogams, you have divisions, no? Divisions like thallophyta, bryophyta, and pteridophyta. And coming to phanerogams, it is gymnosperms and angiosperms. Coming to thallophyta, again subdivisions, you do have algae, bacteria, and fungi. So today in this video, we'll be studying about all this subdivisions and subkingdom. Classification of plants on the ability to produce seeds. Cryptogams. So these plants do not have a well-developed reproductive organs. The organs cannot be seen clearly as well. Means it is hidden. So they have hidden reproductive organs. And these plants, they do not bear external flowers or seeds. Reproduction is by spores. So they produce spores. These are also called flowerless, seedless, and lower plants. Coming to the divisions, thallophyta, bryophyta, pteridophyta. Phanerogams. So these plants have well-developed reproductive organs. They produce seeds. They are further classified as ones where the seed is hidden inside fruit or not. The two subdivisions are gymnosperms and angiosperms. Let us know the difference between cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogamy, this subkingdom includes the plants which do not bear flowers. So they do not flower in their lifetime. The plant body is not well differentiated into stem and leaves. Reproductive organs are hidden. They are less evolved plants, though they are lower plants. They do not bear seeds, so they are seedless plants. They can reproduce by means of producing spores. Three subdivision, thallophyta, bryophyta, and pteridophyta, where you can see in the flow chart. Coming to phanerogamy, so this subkingdom includes plants which flower to perform a sexual reproduction. Their body possesses a well-formed stem, leaves, and roots. They are highly evolved plants. They do produce seeds, and these seeds will germinate into a new plant. Two subdivisions again, gymnosperms and angiosperms. So these are cryptogamy, these are phanerogamy. So three subdivisions in case of cryptogamy is thallophyta, bryophyta, and pteridophyta. Thallophyta. In this, the name thallus. Thallus means the body is not differentiated into stem, leaf, and roots. Means they do have an undifferentiated body. And these are very much simple eukaryotic or simple prokaryotic in nature. The vascular system is absent and there is no formation of seeds. Reproductive organs are unicellular in nature and there is no embryo formation after fertilization. So three subdivisions and this is again algae, fungi, lichens. And they are mainly aquatic in nature. So algae, they do have pigments, right? Chlorophyll pigments. So they are autotrophic in nature. Where in case of algae, they do have a cell wall. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. So few examples of thallophyta are Spirogyra, Eulothrix, and Volvox. Coming to bryophyta. Bryon means moss or liverwort. So they have little differentiation of their body. So there is no true differentiation. You can see a little differentiation. So distinct components are present like leaves and stem. And there is no vascular system. So it is absent. So true vascular system is absent and they don't produce seeds. So where it is found? It is found on land, not terrestrial plants. But during fertilization or cellular reproduction, they do require water. Okay, so that's why it is called amphibians of plant kingdom. And coming to this rhizoids, so biophyta, they do have a different structure called rhizoids. It's not a true root, so rhizoids are hair-like structures which helps in absorption of water and minerals. Here the sex organs are multicellular. Embryo is formed after fertilization. Example, moss and liverwort. Pteridophyta. Pterido means it is fern. So there is a distinct components are present like root, stem, and leaf. Means the body is differentiated, and vascular system is well developed. And there is no flowers, so they won't produce flowers nor seeds. So they are absent. And where it is found, it is terrestrial or in the dry areas. So some can be found in shady places also. And the fertilized egg develops into embryo, and the sex organs are multicellular. Example, ferns. Next, coming to gymnosperms and angiosperms. So gymnosperms, so the ability to produce seeds. So they do produce seeds here, but here the seeds are very much naked. So naked seeds, and they exist for a very long time, and they are evergreen. They have a woody, and they are non-flowering plants. Gymno means naked, sperma means seeds. Example, pines, deodar. Angiosperms. The seeds develop in an organ which in turn into a fruit. Okay. So growth will vary, no, from varied time periods. Coming to its type. So these are flowering plants, angiosperms. Angio means covered. Sperma means seeds. Example, mustard, maize. The seed leaves in angiosperms are called cotyledons. So what are cotyledons? These are seed leaves. So they turn green on the germination of the seeds. Angiosperms can be divided into two types on the basis of the presence of cotyledons, the seed leaves. They are monocots, dicots. The other name, monocotyledons or dicotyledons. Let us go with the difference of monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Monocotyledons means it's a single cotyledon. Dicotyledon in the sense it is two cotyledons. Coming to leaves, in monocots they do have long leaves and with parallel veins. So venation is very much parallel. Coming to dicots, they have a broad leaves with a network of veins, means they have reticulate venation. Coming to roots, monocots they do have fibrous root, whereas dicots they do have a long tap root. Floral parts. So monocotyledons are multiples of 3. Dicots, they can be multiples of 4 or 5. So we can see the petal arrangement, whether it's of 3 or here it is 4 or 5. So it is trimer, here it is tetramer or pentamer. Example for monocots, corn, wheat, grass. Coming to dicots, it is rose, sunflower and lily. So you can observe this in the figure. So there's a monocotyledon, you have a seed coat, endosperm, and there's single cotyledon. So there's a single cotyledon, they do have a leaf sheath, and you can see the first two leaves, embryonic root. Okay, this is the first leaf which has been emerged, and see the leaf sheath. Yeah, so coming to leaf, it is having a parallel venation. Okay, very much straight. And what about the root? They do have fibrous root. So they have single cotyledon. Coming to dicots, so they do have a seed coat. The first two leaves is present. They do have an endosperm, and there is two cotyledons. You can see two cotyledons. Okay, and coming to its roots, they do have a tap root. And coming to leaf, they do have a reticulate venation. Okay, yeah. Thank you, students. We'll discuss about the phylum, the different kinds of phylums as well in case of animal, no animalia. Thank you. Have a nice day.